are back at it. I wanted to make sure that as we continue to press forward in our walk with the Most High, that we take heed to a few different things. I appreciate those of you that have joined us on tonight's Wisdom Wednesday. Of course, for those of you that may be dialing in for the first time, this takes place every single Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for the last Wednesday precisely of the month. Sometimes we do 3 on and we take 1 off, just like we do our Saturdays for those that congregate with us. So tonight, I want to be able to go into some scripture with you all and share a couple things. Of course, as we get closer to the end of this talk, that we can open up the line, and I would love to be able to get your perspectives on tonight and what we are sharing. All right, so I want you to turn your attention to Proverbs chapter 29. Proverbs chapter 29. And I know that now at this time of year, of course, yesterday and days before, individuals were starting to put together New Year's resolutions. Of course, I'm not saying none of us on this live, on this Zoom meeting does that. All right. But the message that I am going to share tonight, all right, to some, it may seem like it's coinciding with that, but I'm just trying to tell you the importance of having a vision. So bear with me, all right? Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 18. And I'm not telling you to make no resolution, because that stuff, resolutions are played out. Individuals do not follow through with them. They follow through on them with about 2 or 3 weeks, and then they got to wait to another month, and then it's a repetitive cycle over and over again. Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So tonight's message on Wisdom Wednesday is you must have a vision. I'm not saying that I believe you should. I'm not saying that I think you should. I'm saying you must have a vision, because right here in Proverbs 29:18, it said, where there is no vision, the people perish. So if you don't have no foresight for your life, if you cannot see down the road on what you plan to accomplish, your body is going to begin the process of decaying. This is why they have a saying in the business world that most individuals die at the age of 25, but they're not buried until they're 65. This is why they say things like that, because a lot of individuals today, they are walking around without a vision. So when you go down to Proverbs, it talks about, I believe it's chapter 25, it says, anxiety in the heart of a man causes depression. So this is what happens when you don't have a vision. It will cause you to become depressed. And I want to be able to speak life into those of you that's on this Wisdom Wednesday tonight. Have a clear, defined vision for yourself. If someone was to ask you today, all right, if I came by your house today and I pulled out a stack of cash, I came in with a stack of cash and I said, hey, listen, I got $5,000 for it. Whoever can tell me that they have a clear and well-defined vision. How many people on this Zoom tonight will be able to show me a clear, defined vision for what they plan on doing this year and 5 years from now and 10 years from now? Now, that's assuming that this wicked world that we live in will still be existing at that time. But if you're an individual like myself, when I was in my early 20s, I'm like, why do I need to make a 5-year plan for it? The world is going to be over with. This is back in the time when it was around 2000, when the computers were going down. It was right around that time. They were saying the world was going to be in. We made it past 1999. We got to 2000, early 2000s. I started serving the Most High, but then it was like, why do I need to write down a vision? Listen, some of you might laugh at me, but the very first time that I wrote down goals for myself or a vision for myself, I was in college. Yes, that's a shame. All right, but some of you on the live may have never done it before. And so I'm trying to tell you today what the importance of a vision is. Now I'm gonna go to this next scripture because it's going to serve as a basis to support this first one that I just shared. All right, so Habakkuk chapter 2. For those of you that know about the vision, you already know where I was about to go with this. All right, but I'm gonna go there anyway. Habakkuk chapter 2. All right, it's one of those books you would easily pass up. But I want you to keep this in mind for a second. As the world and celebrating a so-called new year. We know for those of us that are that are followers of the way, we know today is not a new year. We know that the new year starts around the midway to the end of March. We know that that's when life comes into existence, when the springtime comes. That's the new year. But we cannot deny the fact that in this world that we're living in, for those of us that run businesses, all right, for those of you, all of you on this live that have jobs or businesses, you have to get ready to start filing taxes because it is a new year in the eyes of this world, in the eyes of this physical system that we're in. All right. So pay attention to what I'm about to read. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse number 2. And the Most High answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It would not tarry. Now, pay attention to this real quickly, all right? Like I said, for those of you that read the scriptures and I've read through the scriptures, you read this before. You read both of the scriptures that I just read to you multiple times, all right? But I want to expound on it tonight a little bit further, all right, than just going past the surface. So when you put both of these scriptures together, there's a few things that we really have to consider. Number one, I told you before, if you don't have a vision, you are going to begin the process of dying a slow death. When the individuals do not have nothing to look forward to, ask the individuals that sign up for the retirement plan. Ask the individuals that when they check out and say, you know what, I'm about to retire at the age of 65, and they don't have nothing else to look forward to once their last day of work is over with. All they're doing is coming home and drinking beers and sitting back watching football. And soon they retire from life and they shrivel up and they pass away because their mind is not stimulated anymore. They have nothing else to look forward to. All right, but that don't just have to happen to a person that's 65 years old. It can happen to you when you're 35 years old. You must have a vision. There needs to be something. All right, even if you're leaving a job and transitioning to another job, or leaving a business and about to start something, you need something to excite you. You need something to motivate you and ignite that fire inside of you, or else you will begin to fade away. All right. You will begin to be, having negative energy. You will become that person that dim the room instead of brightening up the room. All right. You will be that person that no one wants to be around because you cannot see a future for yourself. Even a woman, for those of you men that's on the line, your woman, she's buying into your vision. She needs to know that she's following a strong man with a vision. And if a woman is by you and she's looking at you and she figures out that you don't even know that you would want to go, then why in the world should she even follow you? I'm just saying, men, we got to man up. We need to have a vision for our household. We need to have a vision for our walk with the Most High. All right, where do we plan on being in Him? All right, because some of us desire to be able to lay hands on the sick. Some of us desire to be able to walk by people and our shadow heal individuals. Some of us desire to do the things that was talked about when the Messiah left the scene and he said, greater works that you should do. Some of us desire to elevate at higher levels in our spiritual walk. We can just speak a word and someone will be healed on the whole. All right. Some people got family goals, family visions for their family. Some individuals want to see their families walking in the fear and the admonition of the Most High. Some of the individuals, they have visions on taking their families to trips and going to Ghana and going to, all these different places, Puerto Rico and Costa Rica, and some people want to go to Italy and Europe and Australia, all these different places, right? All the countries of Africa. But what is your vision? I talked to my brother Gabriel Kingdom. He shared with me his vision. When I was in his basement, all right, he shared with me some of the things on how he's trying to build a bridge to bring brothers and to be able to give them a way to go back to Africa. I've talked to him at Yediah the Inspired. I've talked to him and he shared things with me about what he wants to do and the things he's trying to accomplish for the Most High. But I want to ask you, what is your vision? The rest of you that's on the line that I have not talked to, those of you that have not shared your vision, all right, we have to have a vision. That's what's going to get us out of bed every morning. There's times in life where it seems like you're on top of the world. There's other times where it seems like the world is on top of you. And it's when you revert back to that vision, when you revert back to that goal, that's the thing that gets you up. That's why I'm so passionate every single day. That's why I look forward to every single day getting up, because every single day that I rise, I am walking in my purpose. And I'm not saying that with pride. I'm not saying that arrogantly. I'm just telling you the truth. Whether I'm going to my place of business, while I'm traveling to go speak, while I'm doing something behind the camera like this, while I'm going outside where there's no cameras around me at all, I am walking in my purpose. And because I have a vision of where I'm trying to go, I have a understanding of what the Most High put me here on this earth for. All right, but pay attention to that. I said, number one, if you don't have a vision, you're going to perish. That is facts. All right, 100% take it to the bank. And imagine a person that talked about in the scriptures that his plan was that he was going to build barns. He was going, matter of fact, he had this retirement plan set up. He was going to build bigger barns, and he said, "I'm going to let my soul take ease." Let me tell you something today. I don't care how much money you have right now in your bank account. The Most High never wants you to get to a place where you are being comfortable. You are never supposed to be at a place where you're supposed to be comfortable. All right. You're supposed to always be expanding. Your mind, okay, you reach a plateau. I just reached a plateau just about a few weeks ago. All right. I reached a plateau. I paid on some things. I paid off. It was something that I needed to take care of. All right. It put me in a situation where I could be personally debt free. All right. It was a major accomplishment to me. All right. I've been saying and speaking debt freedom for a long time, but this was something I needed to take care of. And I took care of it. And for a while, okay. And so after I paid the final payment, it was kind of like, okay, I didn't have that next thing. I do have another thing that I'm kind of looking towards you now as another thing that's going to help take me to the next level. But what is that thing for you? Have you hit a goal? Have you hit something in your life? And please mute your phone. Have you hit something to where you have got complacent all of a sudden? Have you reached a mile marker where you've not been challenged? Sometimes you need to surround yourself around some other people, because they say if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to go get into another room. All right, let's continue. Number two, like I said, if you don't have a vision, you're going to perish. That's facts, 100%. Number two, the Most High gave the prophet the permission to write the vision down. So sometimes people will tell you, that's that new age stuff. You shouldn't be writing down no visions. But look, right behind you, I turned my vision board over on the other side, so it's all white. All right, because I did not want my goals to be expressed on this camera, because some individuals, they may have looked at my goals and said, man, you're way up here. Some individuals that have big mindsets, they may have looked at it like that's not really all that. But I have all of the goals that I have for the calendar year. All right, I have my vision written down on paper about places where I plan on taking my family to. This is a part of my vision. All right, where I plan on taking them to, where I want the Wisdom and Wealth group to be at. All right, that might not be on that board, but and other things that I have that is written down. So, like it says right here in the back of chapter 2, he said, write the vision down, make it plain upon tables that he may run that read it. Look, your vision, your mission statement for your life is going to give you something to run after. If you don't have that, then you're going to be stagnant. If you don't have that, you're going to be depressed. And you don't want to be depressed. All right, because you like the walking dead if you're walking around depressed every single day. Who wants to be around a person that's a walking dead person? All right, so the vision is going to bring life to you. The Most High gave him permission to do it. So I pray and I believe that the Most High is going to give you permission and that he's for you writing down your mission statement. If someone was going to write, if someone was going to preach your eulogy and they was going to talk about your life, what would you want them to say about your life? That's what I want you to write down for your mission statement tonight. That's what I want you to write down for your vision. What do you want people to say about you when you are no longer here? Write that down on paper. Write that down on paper. What do you want to be remembered as? Because you have to understand this. Your life right now is being recorded. Don't think that this is where it stops at right here. Don't think that the book of Revelation is where everything stops at. The scripture says that we spend our lives as a tale that is told. When you go to Psalm chapter 34, it said the angel of Yah, the Most High, encamps around those that fear him. So that means if you fear the Most High, you have a Malik, you have an angel that's around you at all times if you truly fear him. And that's to protect you. But you also have beings that are taking note of what you're doing. So our lives are being recorded, and that's what's going to be brought to the Most High on the day of judgment. What are you going to do with that time? I'm asking you and I'm begging you tonight. Write that vision down. The Most High gave the prophet permission to do it. All right, number 3, it said that the vision, when you go back to Habakkuk, he said the vision, it said the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Look, let the vision speak for you. You don't have to go around telling everybody your vision either. If they are not a part of you accomplishing that vision, you know what? When you go back to the book of Nehemiah, where it talks about Nehemiah, he arose by night and he did not tell no one what he was doing. Only the people that was a part of helping him accomplish that vision, which was going back and rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. So I'm encouraging you today. Don't tell everyone your vision. Yes, I've been guilty going on social media. I'm telling everybody my plan. I'm telling everybody my schedule. Listen, you don't have to do all that. Contact the people that's a part of your vision, your 18, the people that support your cause, the people that's going to go to bat for you. All right. And if everyone else, it said the vision will speak for the 20 time. Let the vision speak for itself. When it's time for your vision to speak, you're saying checkmate. When it's time for your vision to speak, your book is already done now. When it's time, there are other authors that's going to be popping up in this Wisdom and Wealth group. All right? You don't got to tell everybody. You got to, even my own brother right there. I've talked about Gabriel Kingdom a couple times. Guess what? This brother had communicated with me. He didn't even tell me he was writing the book. He showed up at the Wisdom and Wealth conference in the summertime and said, oh yeah, by the way, I got a book about to come out. He didn't even tell me. But guess what? He didn't have to tell me. He was behind the scenes working on his vision. He was writing his vision down. Someone told him that you need to leave your legacy behind. And he took that to heart and said, I got to go ahead and put my story down on paper, along with some other facts and some other historical action that took place. So write the vision down, make it plain. The vision is going to give you something to run for, and it is going to speak for itself. I'm going to say that one more time. You do not have to go around and tell everyone your vision. Number one, because everyone is not excited about your vision. Number two, individuals are going to think that you are prideful and arrogant because they're thinking so low of themselves that when you come with a high expectation of what you think the Most High is going to do for you, they're going to think that, oh, you think you better than me. So sometimes you got to keep it to yourself. Sometimes you got to keep it away from family members too. Hallelujah. We got a yes on there. We got somebody feeling that. Coach Eliana. You got to keep it to yourself. Everyone will need to know your vision. All right. Silence is golden. I agree with you, my sister. I got a video about that on YouTube as well. Silence is golden. Keep it to yourself. Write the vision down, though, and start working on it behind the scenes. I have things going on right now that none of you know about right now. I love all of you all that's on the Zoom meeting, but some of you all don't know about the things that I'm doing right now, except for my wife. And you will know about them maybe in the next couple of months, but that's when I'm going to be saying checkmate. That's when I'm coming back on the scenes. And then when I start doing my promotions and everything that I start doing, that's when you will know about it. But right now, I'm in the secret place. Right now, behind the scenes. Right now, I'm not doing as much talking as I once was. I'm just working on things right now. I can tell that to you all because you all are my intimate group. You all are the ones that value the things I'm talking about, or else you wouldn't be on this live tonight. So I could tell you about some of the things, which I'm not even verbalizing, but at least you know that I do have some things in the workings. The masses out here don't even know what I'm doing right now. And this to be the same for you. Write the vision down, make it plain. Give you something to run for every single day. It's going to, listen, my vision, I get out the bed, it's like, let's go. Let's go. I'm excited. I get to talk to somebody about the Most High. Y'all, I get to be able to help save and accumulate some extra income to fund the ministry of the Most High, y'all. I get to teach people about wisdom and help them to generate wealth. I get to be an example of y'all to y'all's people. Man, let's go. I'm ready to get up. I don't need to keep laying in bed. Let's go. I want you to share those sentiments with your vision. with what the Most High put you here for. I want you to find that. If you do not know what your vision is, all right, go back over your life. Think about the things that you're good about. Think about the things that you made an impact on others about. That might be tied to your long-term, plan here on this earth. But I'm talking about, I'm not limited to just the things that, the Most High has called you to do as far as spiritual. There are some other things that I need you to write down as well. You need to write down visions about what you want your family to look like. If you're not married, what is the ideal picture of your wife that you want to have right now? Write it down. Some of us were not specific when we got married. A lot of us were not specific. I'm not saying that we made bad choices, but I'm just telling you that some of us would have been more specific. If we probably would have still had the same spouse, but we probably would have wrote down some extra things about what we needed the Most High to do in that spouse or to do within us. You have to be specific. This is the thing about the Most High. If you ask the Most High tonight to say to give me a job, the Most High could tell you, okay, go down to McDonald's. McDonald's is always hiring. You have to be specific on what exactly you want the Most High to do for you, or else you will fall for anything. No hallelujahs on that one. That's all right. All right, so the vision will speak for itself. You don't have to tell everybody what your vision is. Number 4, the fourth part about that is that the dream tarries for a while, but wait for it. The vision is not going to come overnight. Listen, let me tell you here, a 1-year vision might. A 1-year vision might come because it's a 1-year vision. All right, we understand that. But if it's a 5-year vision, if it's a 5-year vision or a 10-year vision, it's going to take a while to come. Are you going to give up on it though? If you don't see no fruit after the first 6 months, are you going to give up on it? Or are you going to continue to persevere? Let me tell you something here. In Genesis chapter 15, all right, the Most High, he dealt with Abraham, and he gave him a vision. And he said, surely your seed will be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall sojourn there for 400 years. This is a long-term vision. This is a vision of 400 years from now that the Most High gave him. And yes, the Most High is the one that's giving us these visions. Sometimes we write them down because of our own desires and our own ambitions. And sometimes the Most High has to download that in our spirit. Your children are going to be in a strange land for 400 years. Also, another vision that the Most High gave to Abraham. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 12 for a second. When we go to Genesis chapter 12, all right, for those of you that read the book of Yashar, the book of Jasher, the book of Upright, you know that Abraham actually went through the fire, literally. All right, he had to make sure that he was tried and true to be called to serve the Most High on this high level. We go to Genesis 12 and 13, and we see that the Most High called him in Genesis 12, and then Genesis 13, he was rich. But we don't know about all the fire and all the literal hell that he had to go through to get to where he got to as being a father of many nations. And a lot of people will look at the situation and say, well, Abram, his original name, Abram, and they would say, well, why would the Most High give him that name, Abram? Because Abram means high exalted one, or a father of a people, right? Well, that his father, Terah, who was a pagan worshiper, he named Abram because he was a high and lifted up prince under Nimrod. Go back and read the book of Yashar, the Upright, you'll be able to see that. So that's why he got the name Abram, high and lifted up one, and then Abraham is father of many nations. But guess what? The Most High gave him a vision that he was going to have a son, but the vision took 25 years to manifest. How many of y'all get that type of patience? How many of y'all get that type of patience to wait for your vision? I'm not saying that your vision gonna wait 25 years, because yeah, that could be very discouraging. And it probably could have been 14 years had not Abraham went into Hagar. Yes, even though we know him as the Abba or the father of belief, he struggled with some unbelief. And that's why he went into Hagar, because he had problems believing that was going to come from Sarah. So he went ahead and went into her and had a child, but it was not the child of the promise, because that was not a part of the vision. And things came with that. But also look at the story of Joseph. We know when we go to Genesis chapter 39, we see this, that he was given a vision that he was going to rule over his other brothers. The stars, the sheaves, the sun, the moon, all that coming to bow down to him. His brothers hated him, but it took 12 years, 12 to 13 years for that dream to manifest. He was 17 to 18 years old when he had that dream and that vision that came to him, and he was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh. And the Most High punished him and gave him 2 more years because he interpreted the dream, but then he trusted in man and told the chief, I believe it's the chief butler, tell Pharaoh when you get there, tell him about me. Remember me. Tell him I was a slave from the Hebrews. I'm not supposed to be in this dungeon. And the Most High gave him 2 more years for trusting in man. Another thing that I want to tell you about your vision is don't be so caught up on a man helping you bring your vision to pass. All right, you just keep implementing the steps that the Most High has given you. You just keep on being faithful over the few things and watch the Most High make you ruler over many. But you got to be faithful over the few. Sometimes you want to skip that step. What it say in the book of Job? Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end shall greatly increase. We like to skip over that small part. We want to get straight to the big things. So I'm telling you today, listen, if I was able to show you my board right here, all right, it would tell you the different places. It would tell you the different countries. Yeah, you got to think abroad out here. All right. I was limited just years ago. All right. So the Most High had to send someone into my life to expand my vision. I was just content traveling all 50 of states of the United States and going to different places and speaking and talking about wisdom. And then it took someone else to look at me and look at the gift that the Most High gave me and said, brother, I see you as the main event in Africa. I see you speaking on larger stages. Sometimes it takes someone else to see you more in you than what you see in yourself. And that's why you want to surround yourself around those type of people. Surround yourself around individuals that can see you at a higher level. And then you can borrow their belief until yours kick in. So yes, tonight I didn't come with 1,000 scriptures tonight. I wanted to start this off right. Not that we are participating in this new year today. Not that we look at this as a new year. On the business side, yes, it is a new year. On the physical side, it's a new year. And like my brother said earlier, the inauguration is coming up in days. It is a new year for the people of this world. We know our new year starts at about 10 or 11 weeks from now. All right. But at the end of the day, I still, hopefully, that you write your vision down. Have it write 1 year vision. All right. If I was able to spend time with you, I could be able to go through what I plan on accomplishing in this year. Some of it is on this board behind me. I turned the board around so to show the white side, not my goals. Because I want people to look at that and say, man, the brother over here, I got financial goals on there. I got family. I got a vision for my family. I got places and things, and I want to take them. All right. I got other things, all right, that I want to do for the first time. I appreciate that. My brother said I needed this message. So that's what we need to be pressing towards. Some of you are right now, you already have visions. You already have a goal. You already know exactly what you want to do in life. If I came around you, you could tell me for the next 5 years from now, this is where I want to be. This is where I want my ministry to be. This is where I want my business to be. I want to be married at that time. I'm looking not just to be married. I plan on having some children in the next 5 years. All right. I even know the name of the children. I got a bathroom that I'm about to buy in this new house. I'm gonna put that thing down. I'm gonna set aside a bathroom for my daughter, or for my daughter that I've never seen, or my son that I've never seen before. All right, some of you have that type of vision. Some of you can see things down the road like that. Some of you can see 5 years down the road, seeing yourself in a presidential building, seeing yourself in an office suite. All right, Wisdom and Wealth Organization in a big. I'm telling y'all one of my things now. I'm telling on myself right now. We're in a big plus office building where we got conferences where we don't have to pay these other people to rent out their buildings. They're coming to our facility. We're renting it out and we're teaching the people the fundamentals of how to serve the Most High and how to build up and gain wisdom and simultaneously build generational wealth in one of our own buildings that we own ourselves, free and clear. But where that started, it starts right here in my brain. Because if I don't think it, if I don't believe it, if I don't know it as the leader of this movement, then guess what? It's not going to happen. So I believe that's just a small thing. That building with marble floors and granite countertops, all these conferences rooms and women over here teaching the women how to be women, and men over here teaching the men, and us teaching young men skills and hands-on things like we're doing at the youth mentor mentorship. We have a place that we have ourselves where we can get as loud as we want to. Because at the youth mentorship, they had to tell me, hey man, listen, you got to calm down a little bit, man. Y'all was, we heard some little noise in there. That was me being passionate. But guess what? When I got my own building, when we walk into that place, I don't have to worry about nobody telling me, hey, listen, I need you to calm it down some. All right. What is your vision though? What do you plan on doing 5 years from now? 5 years from now, all right? I hope that this don't hurt nobody's feelings, but listen, I plan on, if the Most High allows this earth to still be here, all right? Listen, I want to be like Abraham. I want to be like Job. I want to be like one of those individuals whom the Most High can trust with resources because I want the Most High to know my heart and know that I'm not just trying to have millions to just be swimming in it back and forth doing backstrokes, but that I have a plan for the millions of the houses that we're going to build, the land that we're going to acquire in Africa. I have a plan for the places and the villages over there down in South America and all these other in Guatemala. I have a plan for the stuff that we're going to do here in the Americas. I have a plan. I want to be able to present that to the Most High. Just like you, if you are starting a new business and you're going to the bank for a loan, they want to know what is your business plan? Who do you plan on selling to? What is your target audience? I need you to write those things down tonight for yourself and for your family, for your wife, for your children, for your future children that you have not laid eyes on yet. If the Most High allowed your wife to get pregnant, if the Most High allows you to get you a wife, all right, I need you to get that vision together tonight for them, for your future family, and for your family right now. All right, do you have a spouse that's waywardly? Do you have a spouse that you want to be serving the Most High with you? Write that thing down on paper tonight. Write that vision down. Start declaring that thing. Yes, some of us over here, we don't believe affirmations. That's new age stuff. Listen, I'm telling you, I like that right there. Plan your work and work your plan. That's what I'm talking about. Because if you plan, if you plan to fail, you fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Plan your work and work your plan. Write that thing down on paper because, like I said in the scriptures, in the book of Habakkuk, it's going to give you something to run for. It's going to give you some excitement. That's why you're not excited because you don't have nothing that's motivating. You don't have nothing on a piece of paper that burns the fire inside of you. You like my brother Yediah said at the beginning of this live. All right, if you don't got nothing that's pushing you, you don't got nothing that's exciting you, then there's something wrong with you. It's you. That's the problem. It's me. I've been the problem. But when I get that vision down and I can see clearly, now I got some great things. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up to you all.